Hard work pays off, dreams come true. Bad times, they don't last, but bad guys do. Welcome back to Dave Knows Wrestling, and today's subject is all about that special time, a young man's life when you discover that you like bad guys in wrestling. I mean, when we were all little kids, we were just all about the good guys, and yeah, we cheer for the heroes and we boo the villains, because that's just what little kids do. But then sooner or later, you start realizing that there's a whole group of heels in wrestling that are actually pretty awesome. So I want to know that first guy that made being bad look so good you couldn't help it. You had to start cheering for him. For me, it's a difficult question. And what's great about my dad is the one who actually got me into wrestling. And from the very beginning as a small child, he let me know that it was predetermined, that it was all just a storyline. And he always really liked Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper was by far my dad's favorite heel. And the cool thing about that was it let me know that it was cool to like bad guys pretty early on. But if I had to pull the trigger and say which guy really got me, who else could it be but the bad guy himself, Razor Ramon. He was just the coolest dude I've ever seen, and from that point on, I had no problem admitting that most of the time, the villains in wrestling were the most fun. As for today, there are tons of heels in wrestling that I like, but if I have to pick one who I think is the best bad guy, it is Bray Wyatt. I want him to be the top heel in the industry. But it's not just about me, so I got a couple of friends in here, and we're gonna find out who made them turn to the dark side.
First bad guy I ever liked was Randy the Macho Man Savage.
I actually grew up in a household where my father was a really big wrestling fan.
Me too, me too.
He actually was almost like the original Mark. I grew up as the biggest Macho Man fan in the world. The guy came out in these cool robes with these cool bandanas, had the beautiful woman with him. Macho Man was the man. He loved all the heels. He hated Hogan, he hated Warrior.
It was when they formed the Mega Powers, and then he got mad because supposedly Hulk Hogan came and rescued Elizabeth by leaving him out to dry.
Yeah.
So now they separated, and then I rooted for him because I started to hate Hulk Hogan, because you start to hate guys that always want to save the day. You know, in dating relationships, we call it Captain Save-A-Ho. So...
Because I didn't really have an interest in wrestling at first, I'll be honest. You know, when I first started watching it, I was kind of just like, meh. And then one day, Ryback caught my interest. Yeah, Ryback, when I first liked him, you know, I was into him just being a big bully, and he was just a big monster.
Bad guy, I got two in mind. I can't really decide between the two. Gotta love Kane and The Undertaker, man.
So if Kane or The Undertaker was gonna beat the crap out of Kurt Angle, were you still happy?
Oh, only after a while.
See, it's the Undertaker thing. You're an Undertaker dude.
I told you, man.
Hey, nope, I got nothing wrong with that.
Gotta be D'Lo Brown. Something about D'Lo. He was a short dude. He was a certified public accountant, which was weird. He just seemed like the annoying dude on the block. And he won. He got a European championship. He's not the best bad guy, but he's super underrated.
Dude, what's up with the chest protector, man?
It's because he was overweight at the time, wasn't he?
I'm gonna have to go with CM Punk. That's the first one I can remember. I just loved his character. You know, he was like the total badass. He was awesome in the ring. And then, I mean, it's cliche to say with the pipe bomb.
I was always a CM Punk fan. I think I liked him a little bit better as a heel. You know, he just got that wise ass personality. You know, teaming with Paul Heyman was great. Liked his little rivalry there with The Undertaker. And
what makes a good bad guy is a guy that makes him believable. So even though you know it's all acting,
right,
when you see him actually out, you expect to see that character.
Yeah.
Like if Randy the Macho Man Savage came up to me and was like, "Hey man, how you doing? You know, it's nice to meet you." I'd be like, "Dude, seriously?" But if he came up to me, "Mr. Director, let me tell you, sir, that you, sir, don't understand how the Macho Man," I'd be like, you know what? I got everything I've ever wanted out of this.
Or if Elizabeth forgot her person, you picked it up, you're like, you forgot your person, and gets mad at you for it.
Yes! Then I'd be like, okay, this is believable.
But who was the first bad guy you ever liked? Who was the first heel?
it was actually the bad guy, Razor Ramon, man. Just the charisma, the chains, you know, the toothpick. I was always pretending to throw a toothpick at my friends there. Just even his finisher, loved the Razor's Edge, man. Great finisher. And he was the first heel that I think that I rooted for.
So my first favorite bad guy has to be Papa Shango.
Nice,
Papa Shango.
nice. All right, that's a really solid answer.
But Ultimate Warrior, Papa Shango, making the green stuff come out of Ultimate Warrior, awesome.
I mean, the crazy thing about like all that scary stuff and all that, I love that stuff, but we really can't do it anymore. Like you got the Wyatts, but they're just crazy. Like they're not like ghosts or demons or anything.
In real life and in wrestling, like I just like the bad boys.
Now it's weird to say this because I'm a diehard John Cena fan. It's gonna hurt me to say this, but bald Randy Orton.
Whoa, I didn't see that coming. All right, was there a specific moment? What was the specific turning point that got you to say, hey, even though Randy Orton might be taking dumps in people's bags, I don't care. This guy's cool. Or was that the moment? Favorite bad guy right now? Kevin Owens?
Yes.
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 Nice.
Is he still a bad guy?
Yeah, no.
Because I love him.
Yeah, no.
I love him.
Basically, if you love him, he's gonna be bad. Just like go with that instinct. Just
Yeah.
pay attention.
Yeah. No, I remember the one time he like came into the ring, and I don't know where they were. They were in a different country, and he was like, I hate this country. You know, like how could you say that you hate a country that you're in? Like you're gonna walk out of there and get beat up on the streets.
That's basically Rusev's entire gimmick.
It's gotta be Kevin Owens.
Yeah, Kevin Owens. KO. You're going to get no disagreement from me. I've been saying that I want Kevin Owens to be the top heel on one of the shows now.
Yeah. You know what, Rusev? I don't know.
I can't. I'm glad that you have your limits.
I mean, I feel like even Seth Rollins you could call a bad guy now. You know, he kind of is always yelling and he's always sitting back and being pompous.
Right now, man, this guy, he was one of my favorites when he was a babyface, and they just turned him heels. I got to go AJ Styles, man. I think he's just been killing it since he's come over to WWE. Love what he's doing in the ring, and I like that he's beating up John Cena right now with the club. So
You know, Rusev is just like, he's annoying, you know?
Yeah, he's nothing about Lana.
Yeah, exactly, that too.
Let's see, now Lana, she's bad, and I like her.
Yeah, she started like letting her hair down, and you know, and then Rusev got all, and then she ended up back with him anyway, and it was like, oh,
Thanks
really?
a lot, TMZ. Thanks a lot.
It was your fault.
Yeah.
You know who's actually really good at it, and they don't push him enough? Sheamus.
Really?
Sheamus is really a decent, because he's an asshole. Anybody that walks around with that pale skin and that stupid beard and hair is a complete asshole. You know who was also good? Bad News Barrett.
Yes, I loved him. I thought he was good.
He's pretty good as a bad guy.
Yeah.
He's a believable
I think for you, European translates to pretty easily.
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm not judging.
I'm judging. The ultimate bad guy. I don't care what no one says. And once again, it goes to show you how good they are at character development. When Hulk Hogan flipped to Hollywood.
Yes.
That was the ultimate character swing. And they got rid of him because he called his daughter's boyfriend the N-word, which, if you're surprised a man his age uses that language, you're a dumb. You got your head up your whole entire life. You know what makes Shawn Michaels' character unbelievable? His went out and got beat up at a bar.
Yes, thank you.
So if you get beat up at a bar, but you're supposed to be a professional wrestler, you kind of look like an asshole.
That's what me and some of my friends think, but what about you? What do you think? Who is that first bad guy that really got you to start rooting for all the villains in wrestling? And not only that, who is the current top heel in your mind today? Let me know that kind of thing in the comments. And please don't forget to like and subscribe, but also share this video with your friends. Find out who the first heel they ever liked was. Great question. We wrestling fans should really talk about this kind of thing more often. Anyway, this has been Dave Knows. Thanks for watching.
I hope that if Ryback, if you're watching this, that you'll come back soon, or that we'll find you somewhere wrestling somewhere again soon, because I miss you.
Sure. I'm on Twitter at RayRyan715, and I'm also YouTube at Triumvirate Productions. Look it up if you don't know how to spell triumvirate. And yeah, that's about it.
I definitely don't know how to spell.
I'm Chris Victel.
I'm Mike Fitzgerald.
And we do the Sports Fix with Fick and Fitz on MESN.
Also catch us on SoundCloud.
That's soundcloud.com/SportsFixMTR, or you could check us out on Facebook at Facebook.com/SportsFixMTR.
Also, don't forget to tweet us at SportsFixMTR.
And you can always have your questions heard on the show live.
Right on the radio.
The radio.
Hey, if you guys want to check your man out, your man Mr. Direct, you can check me out on YouTube. It's Mr. Direct Just Real. Or is it just Mr. Direct? I don't know. Either way, on Facebook, you can find me on Markland Scotch Flames, Mark T. Johnson, or just Markland Tyrone Johnson. Or just go and Google Mr. Direct, MISTERDIRECT. Google me, find me, hook me up, be part of the show. It's coming. It's coming in ways you're never going to understand. It's called Mr. Direct's Real Talk, real people, real conversation. Sometimes I call it real talk. Sometimes I just call it I'm being. But I have fun anyway.
This reminds me of that part in Rocky where Rocky asks Apollo, do you have enough names?
I need about 5 more. 5 more.